Why is crocodile leather considered one of the most luxurious materials in the fashion world? From exquisite handbags and handcrafted shoes to high-end accessories, every piece of crocodile leather carries a unique value. Its durability, distinctive scale patterns, and rarity have made it a symbol of elegance. But behind these luxury products lies a tightly organized farming and processing industry. So what exactly has turned crocodile leather into the soft gold of the global luxury industry? Crocodiles are among the oldest reptiles still living on Earth. They appeared millions of years ago and have changed very little through evolution. With thick skin made of hard scales and one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom, crocodiles are formidable predators in nature. Most of them live in freshwater habitats such as swamps, rivers, and lakes, where they can remain hidden beneath the water while waiting for prey. Today, to meet the demand for high-end leather, many countries have developed large-scale crocodile farms. Enclosures are built with strong high walls for safety and usually include a central water pool and dry areas where crocodiles can rest and bask in the sun. The pools are typically 50 to 100 centimeters deep, allowing crocodiles to move easily and regulate body temperature. The enclosures are also divided by age groups, such as juveniles, adults, and breeding crocodiles, making management easier and reducing conflicts between individuals. During the breeding season, female crocodiles dig nests in soft soil or sand to lay their eggs, then cover them with sand for protection. In the wild, the mother usually stays nearby to guard the nest, so collecting eggs on farms must be done very carefully, often early in the morning or at night when the mother is less active. After being removed from the nest, the eggs are cleaned of mucus and placed into incubation trays filled with sand or moisture-retaining materials. The incubation temperature is typically maintained between 29 and 34 degrees Celsius, and the eggs hatch after about 65 to 90 days. When the eggs begin to crack, farmers monitor closely and may assist the hatchlings if necessary to ensure they emerge safely. After hatching, the baby crocodiles are moved to separate tanks with clean water and stable temperatures. At first, they are fed small fish or minced meat to make digestion easier. This early stage is very important because the young crocodiles are still weak. As they grow, their diet gradually changes to larger food such as chicken heads or fresh meat. Since growth rates differ, farmers usually separate crocodiles by size to prevent larger ones from overpowering smaller individuals. Although crocodiles have powerful digestion and can eat large meals, feeding must be carefully controlled to avoid triggering aggressive behavior. After about 2 to 2.5 years of farming, crocodiles reach the appropriate size for harvest, when their skin has the best quality for the leather industry. In many modern farms, the handling process follows strict procedures to ensure worker safety and product quality. After being transported to processing facilities, the crocodiles undergo a careful skinning process. Technicians cut along marked lines to separate the skin from the meat without damaging the natural scale pattern. This step is critical because the value of crocodile leather depends greatly on the perfection of the scales. The meat is then processed separately, washed, cut into portions, and packaged for the food market. In many cuisines, crocodile meat is considered a unique ingredient with a distinctive flavor. Meanwhile, crocodile skins go through a much more complex treatment process. After cleaning, the skins are tanned, chemically treated, and dyed to create soft leather while preserving the natural scale structure. These prepared skins are then sent to workshops where artisans craft them into handbags, wallets, watch straps, and other luxury accessories. Each crocodile leather product goes through many meticulous handcrafted steps, from selecting the most beautiful scale sections to cutting and stitching. The combination of rare material and skilled craftsmanship has made crocodile leather a symbol of luxury. If you find this content interesting, please like and subscribe to see more fascinating videos. See you again.
The Gulf of Mexico has always hidden deep mysteries. But on what seemed like a very peaceful morning, the surface of the sea suddenly turned a frightening shade of red. On the deck of the boat, shouts rang out, not out of fear, but because of a sight so astonishing that even the most experienced fishermen stood frozen in disbelief. Hundreds of thousands of red snappers suddenly surfaced at the same time, rushing into containers and spilling across the deck, forming a vivid and chaotic red waterfall. The sound of fins striking metal, the deck vibrating under the weight, everything blended into a powerful roar that made the entire vessel seem to tremble in the middle of the ocean. Adult red snapper typically weigh between 4.5 and 13.6 kilograms. Their long bodies, golden orange eyes, and bright red scales make them stand out among any school of fish. They usually live at depths ranging from about 9 to 60 meters, especially around coral reefs. Many schools also gather around shipwrecks or underwater structures where they can hide and hunt for prey. However, their striking appearance is only part of the story. Red snapper are actually one of the most valuable commercial fish species in the United States. Fishermen often affectionately call them the red gold of the ocean. For many coastal communities, this fish brings enormous income every year, making each fishing trip a precious opportunity. Just beneath the surface, the schools of red fish begin to swirl. The water foams as if a small whirlpool is slowly forming. The anglers simply need to keep the right rhythm. Drop the bait gently, give the rod a precise jerk, and reel in at the perfect moment. When the bait falls directly into the center of the school, everything happens almost instantly. The timing also coincides with the season when red snapper feed aggressively, attacking almost anything that moves in front of them. The result is a rare spectacle. More than 100,000 red snappers are pulled onto the boat in a single morning. As soon as the red snappers are brought onto the deck, processing begins immediately like a perfectly coordinated sequence of actions. The fish are quickly transferred into a chilling system where their body temperature is lowered close to freezing within minutes. As the number of fish piling up on deck continues to increase, the crew must work in precise coordination to sort them. The largest fish, with firm and powerful muscles, are placed directly into deep ice containers. Smaller ones are separated for later processing. While the deck remains covered with fish, the fishing rods continue working without pause. Inside the cabin, the captain carefully monitors radar and current sensors to ensure the boat stays directly above the concentration of fish. When the number of fish pulled up approaches the legal limit, he immediately signals to slow down the catch. Even though the school of red snapper remains dense beneath the vessel, they are still forced to stop. The sea only allows them a certain amount of fish, and those regulations must be respected. After the vessel returns to port, each fish continues through another stage of classification according to size and quality. Fish that are too young, scratched, or below standard are removed. The remaining ones are washed with sterilized seawater before moving to a modern vacuum packing line. Here, each bag or tray of fish is carefully vacuum sealed to prevent bacterial growth and extend shelf life. Inside the processing plant, the red snapper must pass strict quality control procedures. Each fish is weighed, measured, and graded into several categories such as standard, large, or giant. The color of the flesh, firmness, and freshness are all carefully inspected. Some fish are processed directly into premium products such as fresh fillets, whole frozen fish, or special cuts used for sushi. Many shipments are also packed according to specific standards for export markets. In addition, processes such as bone removal and microbiological treatment are performed on modern automated production lines. This ensures that the entire process meets international food safety and hygiene standards. Once completed, the boxes of red snapper are ready to be transported to major markets such as the United States, Japan, and South Korea. There, they appear in luxury restaurants, five-star hotels, and high-end seafood banquets. However, the ocean is changing, and the seafood industry is entering a new stage filled with challenges. The future of the iconic red snapper of the Gulf of Mexico has become more uncertain than ever. We can only hope that the ocean will continue to preserve treasures like the red snapper. But their future, like that of the ocean itself, remains something no one can predict with certainty. One of the most valuable seafood species in the world is bluefin tuna. Nearly 80% of the world's bluefin tuna production is used to make sushi and sashimi. This shows the enormous pressure placed on offshore fishing trips. To catch this species, often called the blue gold of the ocean, Japanese fishermen use longline fishing, a traditional technique that requires great patience and skill. Before every voyage, everything must be carefully prepared. From fishing lines and hooks to live bait, every detail is checked. Fishermen often choose mackerel or herring as bait because they can attract tuna from far away. When the vessel reaches the fishing grounds, long lines stretching for kilometers with hundreds of hooks are released into the sea. Then begins a waiting period that can last for hours or even days. During this time, fishermen face many risks. There are also threats from the ocean, such as sharks and other predators. For that reason, every voyage feels like a gamble with nature. But when a bluefin tuna weighing dozens or even hundreds of kilograms takes the bait, all the effort becomes worthwhile. As soon as the fish is pulled onto the boat, fishermen must process it immediately to preserve the quality of the meat. The fish is cleaned and moved into storage compartments. On modern vessels, tuna is often flash frozen at around -76 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain freshness throughout the journey back to port. Thanks to this strict process, bluefin tuna has become one of the most valuable seafood products in the world. Wholesale prices for high-quality tuna usually range from $20 to $40 per pound. The next product is squid. Squid prices in Japan have increased 4 to 5 times in recent years. But this is not a positive sign. In reality, Japan's squid fishing industry is facing a serious crisis. In 2000, annual squid catches exceeded 300,000 tons. By 2024, however, the average catch had fallen to only about 0.38 squid per hour per fishing machine. This number shows that marine resources are declining rapidly. When production decreases, supply cannot meet market demand. As a result, many small and medium-sized squid fishing boats are struggling to operate, and some have been forced to stop working. However, many boat owners still continue to go out to sea. Under these conditions, squid fishing mainly takes place at night. On a commercial scale, squid are harvested using automatic jigging systems. Fishermen use artificial lures shaped like small squid or other marine creatures. These lures are arranged along fishing lines and lowered into the sea. When the boat turns on high-power LED lights, the light becomes a natural attractor. Squid swim toward the bright area and attack the lures suspended in the water. Then the machines pull the entire fishing line back onto the boat. The equipment can operate continuously day and night, saving time and reducing labor. On deck, fishermen quickly collect the squid and place them into baskets. In today's conditions, each fishing trip is not only about profit, but also about survival for many fishermen. However, Japan is not only famous for fish. The country is also known as a kingdom of seaweed, with familiar varieties such as nori, wakame, and hijiki. About 90% of Japan's seaweed comes from Hokkaido, with Hakodate and Iriura being important production areas. Seaweed is usually grown in winter when the seawater is cold and clear, then harvested in spring or early summer. On harvest day, boats move slowly along rows of seaweed nets in the ocean. Machines pull the nets covered with seaweed out of the water. In the middle of the boat, a rotating blade similar to a propeller gently cuts the seaweed from the net. The deck is slippery from seawater and seaweed, so fishermen must work carefully. A boat full of seaweed can produce around 10,000 sheets of nori after processing. Interestingly, seaweed farmers actually welcome rainy weather because rainwater carries nutrients from land into the ocean, helping seaweed grow better and improving both quality and yield. But as marine resources continue to decline and costs rise, the fishing industry faces many challenges. Therefore, sustainable harvesting and aquaculture are becoming important solutions to protect the ocean while ensuring food supplies for the future. What do you think about this? Share your opinion in the comments and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see more upcoming videos.
On the arid lands of Australia, millions of goats are raised in a remarkably different way, combining natural conditions with modern management. Rather than being confined to barns, they roam across vast grasslands, foraging for their own food and adapting to harsh environments. The journey of each goat, from birth to becoming an export product, is part of a tightly controlled system that has been optimized over time. Globally, the goat population exceeds 900 million, with the highest concentrations in semi-arid regions. India and China lead in total herd size, while countries like Nigeria and Pakistan also maintain large-scale goat farming operations. However, Australia does not compete in volume, but rather in quality and in its production system for export-oriented goat meat. In 2024 alone, the country processed more than 3 million goats, supplying over 119 million pounds of meat to the global market. With around 55% of the export market share, Australia remains the world's largest supplier of goat meat. This advantage comes not only from its suitable dry climate, but also from its ability to turn marginal land into an efficient livestock resource. In states such as New South Wales and Queensland, farms spanning thousands of acres serve as natural habitats for goat herds. They feed on grass, leaves, and shrubs, while farmers maintain control through large-scale fencing, patrols, and health monitoring. This model reduces feed costs, makes use of otherwise unproductive land, and is well suited to remote areas. The production process begins with breeding selection. Meat goat breeds such as Boar and Kalahari are favored for their rapid growth and strong adaptability. Breeding goats are selected based on physical condition, health, and reproductive performance. A single male can mate with dozens of females each season, and the gestation period lasts about 5 months. During pregnancy, female goats continue to graze naturally, but are supplemented with minerals and clean water. These seemingly simple factors directly influence the development of the young. In harsh weather conditions, shade structures or windbreaks are installed to protect the herd. Newborn kids are able to stand within just a few hours. In their first day, they must consume enough colostrum to build their immune system. This stage is critical, as poor management can lead to mortality rates of up to 10%. Weaker individuals are separated and given special care to ensure the highest possible survival rate. As they grow, the herd is clearly categorized by purpose: breeding or meat production. They continue grazing on natural pasture, supplemented with feeds such as grains or agricultural byproducts. On average, each goat consumes between 1.6 and 4.5 kilograms of feed per day, and access to clean water remains essential for maintaining growth rates. Technology plays an increasingly important role in herd management. Many farms use electronic ear tags to track individual animals, from weight and vaccination schedules to overall health status. Monitoring is no longer based solely on manual observation, but is supported by off-road vehicles, herding dogs, and even drones for large-scale surveillance. Once they reach a weight of 25 to 35 kilograms, goats are ready for market, typically between 6 and 9 months of age. At this stage, the meat is at its best quality: tender, lean, and highly valuable. After health inspections, the animals are transported using specialized vehicles to minimize stress before processing. At processing facilities, operations are carried out quickly while strictly adhering to food safety standards. The meat is cleaned, graded, and packaged before distribution. Approximately 90% of the production is exported, with the United States as the largest market, followed by the Middle East and Asia. Goat farming not only generates economic value, but also contributes to vegetation management and reduces wildfire risks. Goats feed on shrubs and weeds, helping restore ecological balance and improve land conditions. From dry grasslands to dining tables around the world, the journey of goat meat represents a tightly integrated link between nature and technology. Australia has proven that even under the harshest conditions, with proper management, every resource can be transformed into a sustainable advantage. If you find this topic interesting, stay tuned to explore more stories about modern agriculture around the world.
The familiar ingredients on our daily dining table may seem simple, but behind them lies a meticulous and enduring harvesting journey. From the fields to the orchards, everything is carefully nurtured to reach perfection before it reaches you, and it all begins from the very first moments on the field. Red apples have long been a familiar symbol in culinary traditions, appearing in everything from fragrant baked goods to sweet apple preserves. On large orchards, the harvesting process is optimized with tree shaking technology. A massive white tarp is spread under the tree, and when the machine begins to operate, gentle vibrations cause the ripe apples to fall naturally, landing softly onto the surface. Everything is safely caught, without harming the structure of the tree. However, for premium apple varieties, human hands are still the decisive factor. The pickers stand on ladders, gently twisting each apple to detach the stem without damaging the smooth skin. The apples are then placed into a bag worn across the chest, allowing them to move nimbly between dense branches. This combination of machinery and skilled craftsmanship ensures that only the finest apples are selected. Moving on, Brussels sprouts are quickly transported from the fields to distribution centers, ready to meet the everyday demands of consumers. The roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon have become a staple dish in many households. To harvest this vegetable, farmers use semi-automatic equipment, sitting directly on the machine to quickly pull each plant from the ground. The long stems, filled with small, lush green buds, are left intact. Then, they are fed into a cutting system equipped with rotating blades, gently separating each bud without bruising them. These green gems fall onto a conveyor belt, where workers inspect and sort them before sending them to the processing plant for washing and packing. Next, broccoli, a common ingredient in everyday meals, is produced globally with an annual output of millions of tons. In the fields, harvesters move swiftly between rows, using sharp knives to cleanly cut the broccoli heads close to the base. They deftly trim along the long leaves to reveal the fresh, succulent florets inside. Each head of broccoli is then carefully placed into a plastic bin and quickly transferred to a transport vehicle. In modern farms, machinery has played an even larger role in this process. Automated harvesting systems can cut entire broccoli plants at once under the shaded canopy, significantly saving time and labor. Meanwhile, dragon fruit, originating from the arid lands of Latin America, has undergone a long journey to become one of the most important fruits in Asia. Today, the dragon fruit industry is worth billions of dollars annually. On vast fields, dragon fruit flowers bloom brightly under the night sky, before transforming into the bright red fruits. When harvest time arrives, each fruit is carefully selected, then sent through strict processing lines. From the field to the table, each dragon fruit carries with it a long journey of effort and technology. At the same time, pomegranates have gradually become a standout feature in cuisine, with their red seeds glistening like precious gems. Farmers cut each pomegranate from the branches and gently place it into a basket to avoid collisions. With years of experience, they can harvest dozens of fruits in just 1 hour. At larger farms, mobile conveyor belts are deployed across the fields. The pickers simply place the fruit onto the belts, and the system automatically transports them to the containers, optimizing the entire process. Not only harvesting, but technology is also changing the way crops are protected. If spraying pesticides used to be a job fraught with health risks, Now drones have replaced humans in this task. These flying devices can evenly apply pesticides across large areas without direct contact. Before each operation, all data about the field area, plant density, and growth stage is calculated and pre-programmed. As a result, pesticide spraying has become more accurate, efficient, and safer than ever, marking a significant advancement in modern agriculture. Closing the harvesting process, amid the cool early year atmosphere, the carrot harvest is taking place in the fields. The harvesting machine grips the green tops and gently pulls the carrot roots from the ground. Thanks to even pulling force, the carrots maintain their straight and beautiful shape. Immediately after being lifted, these bright orange carrots are transferred. The carrots are placed onto an inclined conveyor belt, where the initial cleaning process occurs, removing most of the dirt and remaining leaves. This is the first stop before these fresh carrots reach consumers.
If all 79 million sheep in Australia were to disappear overnight, the country's agricultural sector could fall into chaos faster than many financial crises in modern history. That number is nearly 3 times Australia's population, but more importantly, it represents a production system worth tens of billions of dollars each year. Hundreds of thousands of farmers depend on it, while meat and wool from these flocks are exported to more than 100 countries around the world. Remarkably, sheep farming thrives most in some of the driest and windiest regions of Australia. Irregular rainfall, vast natural grasslands, and harsh terrain have shaped a unique livestock production model. A single sheep may be raised for many years to produce wool before eventually becoming part of the food supply chain. Each year, Australia's sheep produce more than 660 million pounds of wool and over 1.1 million tons of lamb and mutton. In particular, Australian merino wool accounts for about 70% of the global premium wool market. From tailored suits in Europe to high-end sweaters in Japan, many luxury fashion products originate from sheep raised on Australia's vast grasslands. Yet before these refined products appear in stores, everything begins with a carefully managed life cycle starting even before a sheep. Is born at on farms. Sheep are typically bred when they are around 8 to 12 months old, depending on the breed and physical condition. Breeding is timed so that lambs are born in spring, when pasture growth is at its peak. The gestation period lasts about 145 to 150 days, roughly 5 months. Throughout this time, the health of the ewe is closely monitored. Nutrition must provide enough energy for both birthing and nursing. Most ewes give birth to a single lamb, but with good nutrition, twin births can increase, helping expand the flock more quickly. When lambs are about 2 to 6 weeks old, they enter a stage that is almost mandatory in Australia's sheep production system: tail docking. This procedure helps keep the rear area dry and reduces the risk of fly strike, a condition in which flies lay eggs on moist skin and cause severe damage if left untreated. Despite various preventive measures, thousands of sheep are still affected by this condition each year. As a result, tail docking is considered a necessary practice in large-scale grazing systems. Around the same time, lambs also begin their routine vaccination program. The first injection is usually given when they are about 6 to 8 weeks old, followed by booster shots according to a standard schedule. By the time they are 3 to 4 months old, lambs begin grazing independently and are gradually weaned. From this stage, the flocks are sorted according to their intended purpose. Some are kept for breeding, while others are raised for wool and meat production. Managing tens of thousands of sheep across farms that span thousands of acres is nearly impossible using manual labor alone. For this reason, many modern farms use electronic ear tags to track the age, weight, vaccination schedule, and reproductive records of each animal point. One of the greatest economic values of sheep lies in their wool. Each year, sheep are typically shorn once in late spring or early summer. A skilled shearer can handle between 150 and 200 sheep per day. Alongside wool, lamb and mutton are also among Australia's most important export products. Meat sheep are usually brought to market when they are 6 to 12 months old, with live weights ranging from 88 to 121 pounds. Before reaching processing facilities, sheep are gathered at transfer stations, where they are sorted by weight. They are then transported by specialized trucks equipped with ventilation systems, non-slip flooring, and strict regulations regarding rest time and access to water. Upon arrival, the sheep are allowed to rest and stabilize before entering modern processing systems. The meat is rapidly chilled, graded, and packaged to meet the standards of different international markets. the remote grasslands of Australia to dining tables on the other side of the planet. The journey of a single sheep can span many years. It endures droughts, demanding breeding seasons and multiple shearings before ultimately becoming part of the global supply chain. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind large-scale agricultural industries around the world, be sure to follow the channel so you don't miss the upcoming episodes.
For many people, fishing is simply about casting a net and pulling it back in. But offshore, everything becomes far more complex. The ocean is constantly changing, forcing fishermen to rely on a mix of experience, technology, and careful observation to choose the right moment. It is this unpredictability that creates remarkable moments, where a small signal can lead to a massive catch in just minutes. Off the coast of Russia, a quiet morning quickly turned into a large-scale operation when sonar detected a dense signal beneath the water. Without hesitation, the vessel deployed a purse seine nearly half a kilometer long to surround an entire sardine school. Within minutes, the surface began to churn as tens of thousands of fish were forced into a tight space. As the net was hauled in, sunlight reflected off their silver scales, making the catch look like a moving stream of metal, and a single haul brought in nearly 40 tons of fish. In the waters of Northern Europe, herring travel in massive schools, requiring vessels to depend on sonar for accurate tracking. In one aerial observation, a school nearly a kilometer long was identified. After deploying the net, the vessel took almost an hour to retrieve it fully. When the net opened, thousands of fish spilled across the deck, thrashing over the wet surface. Although it appeared chaotic, everything was tightly controlled through the crew's structured and continuous workflow. In Alaska, fishing operations reach an industrial scale, targeting pollock, one of the highest yield species in the world. Trawl nets are lowered hundreds of meters below the surface and towed for hours. Once the winch system begins pulling them back up, the entire net rises together. As it opens, fish cascade onto the deck like a living waterfall, thousands of silver bodies pouring out amid roaring machinery and splashing water, with each haul reaching between 20 and 30 tons. Beyond Alaska, Russia's Far East operates on a similar scale. Vessels in the Bering Sea use radar and sonar to locate schools before deploying nets to the ocean floor. When the nets are retrieved, tens of tons of fish are brought on board within minutes. On deck, work continues without pause as crews rapidly sort and transfer the catch into freezing holds to preserve quality for the next cycle. In the North Atlantic, cod remains a primary target during long fishing expeditions. Fishermen use long lines stretching for kilometers, fitted with hundreds of hooks and dropped into cod habitats. After hours of waiting, large fish are hauled up one by one. On deck, there is no downtime as the crew quickly removes the fish and transfers them into storage, maintaining their commercial value. At the same time, many regions use bottom trawling and deep water traps to harvest species living near the seabed, such as black cod. Nets are dragged along the ocean floor, or traps are placed in deeper waters to hold the catch. When retrieved, the deck is quickly covered with dense loads of fish, requiring a steady rhythm of sorting and storage to keep operations flowing smoothly. In South America, the waters of Peru and Chile are known for massive anchovy schools. Although each fish is small, they move in millions, forming dense underwater masses. A single net can bring in 50 to 60 tons, quickly covering the deck with shimmering bodies under the sunlight. Off the coast of South Africa, a unique phenomenon occurs as billions of sardines migrate along the shoreline, attracting numerous predators. This is a rare moment when conditions align, and fishing vessels take advantage by deploying their nets. Within a short time, hauls weighing dozens of tons are pulled in, showing how nature and timing can combine to produce extraordinary results. These scenes happen every day across the oceans, even if they are not always recorded. For fishermen, each trip offshore is a balance between risk and opportunity, where skill, technology, and timing determine the outcome. If you found this interesting, leave a comment and don't forget to follow the channel for more stories from the sea.